was just a child, I dreamed about a father there, a dad who'd cheer from the bleachers, a dad who'd sit in every chair. I wanted someone who noticed my skinned up knees and dirty hands, someone to read me bedtime stories and help me understand. I searched for love in empty places, wondering if anyone could see me. But there stood Jesus right beside me all along, at every game, at every play, through every right and every wrong. He counted every tear I cried, he heard every whispered prayer. When I thought I stood alone, I found out he was there. There stood Jesus. As a teenager growing older, I wanted someone to guide my way, to warn me about broken hearts and help me through my darkest days. I wanted someone to tell me that I was precious and enough, someone to hold me when I was hurting, when life was getting rough. Through every heartbreak and every question, he never left my side. There stood Jesus right beside me all along, at every game, at every play, through every right and every wrong. He counted every tear I cried, he heard every whispered prayer. When I thought I stood alone, I found out he was there. There stood Jesus. As an adult, I dreamed of moments, a father walking by my side, watching me say I do, sharing in my joy and pride, seeing my children laugh and grow, celebrating every victory. I longed for someone to be proud of me, to share my story. Then I looked back through all my years, and suddenly I could see the father I had been searching for had always been pursuing me. There stood Jesus, the father who raised me up, the one whose love never wavered when life became too much. He sat through every heartbreak, he carried every scar. His name is above all names. every prayer. The Father who stood up, there was Jesus.